So if you're sending a bunch of people over to your page with an ad that simply sparks basic curiosity, and then 95% of the people, once they make it to the page, they're like, nah, this isn't for me, they're just going to leave, and your bounce rate is going to be through the roof and your conversion rate is going to be super low. What's up everybody, Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today I'm going to talk to you about the invisible metrics of Facebook. Yes, you heard me right, the invisible metrics. So these are metrics or pieces of data, however you want to think about it, that the Facebook Pixel track but don't show up inside of Ads Manager. But just because you don't see them, it doesn't mean they're not important, and they can still make or break your campaign. So the two most important, and there's many actually, but I'm going to cover the two most important invisible metrics that the Facebook Pixel does track but you don't see inside of Ads Manager are your bounce rate and your conversion rate. So inside of your Facebook campaigns for Ads Manager, you will not see these metrics, right? You're gonna see things like total conversions, total clicks, click-through rate, all that kind of stuff. It will not give you a bounce rate and it will not give you a conversion rate, but the Pixel is still tracking those items. So why is it important to know that? Well, any piece of data that the Pixel collects, it sends a positive or negative signal to Facebook. So for example, a 2% link click-through rate is a higher positive signal to the algorithm than a 1% link click-through rate. Typically ads with the better metrics, right? That's why they perform better, because they're sending more positive signals over to the algorithm. But these invisible metrics also send signals over to the algorithm. So it will track the bounce rate. And again, for those of you who don't know, bounce rate is just the percentage of people who make it to your page and don't take an action. Basically, they just show up, take a quick look, and then they take a hike. That's your bounce rate. And then obviously your conversion rate is how many people actually complete the desired action that you are hoping that they perform. Those are also positive and negative signals, and it's important to keep those in mind because sometimes you should be willing to sacrifice the quote-unquote optimal performance of other metrics to conserve and keep your bounce rate low and your conversion rate high. Here's a classic example. One thing I always hear, and it's a very common mistake that people make with their ads, is that, oh, I'm just gonna put together an ad that piques curiosity, that way people click on it and then the landing page is gonna do the rest of the work. That's actually backwards thinking, because they're only thinking about their click-through rates in that sense, right? But again, Facebook will track the bounce rate and the conversion rate. So if you're sending a bunch of people over to your page with an ad that simply sparks basic curiosity, and then 95% of the people, once they make it to the page, they're like, nah, this isn't for me, they're just gonna leave, and your bounce rate is gonna be through the roof and your conversion rate is going to be super low. Both those things are going to send a negative signal to the algorithm, which means you're gonna get negative performance scores, which means you're gonna get higher costs, and overall it's going to be more difficult for your ad to properly optimize. So in this case, I would be willing as an advertiser, when I run campaigns for my clients, a lower click-through rates as long as those clicks are more qualified and then fewer people bounce and more people convert. As an example, to try to make this as simple as possible, right? If I was running ads for a client, if I just wanted to get as many clicks as possible, I would just put an image of some puppies, right? Everyone loves puppies. Doesn't even matter if it's not a business related to puppies. I just can tell you that if I were to put an image of puppies, I would get a ton of clicks and my click-through rates would be through the roof just because of that reason, right? So let's just say in that example with the puppy picture, I have a 3% link click-through rate, but my bounce rate is going to be super high and my conversion rate is going to be super low. So what I'd rather do than post puppies to get all those clicks is have a good ad that doesn't have the puppies, is more relevant, and pre-qualifies the person before they actually click and go over to my page. That will ultimately lower my click-through rate. So let's just say it goes from the 3% in this fictional example down to 1.5%. So it went down by 50%. That is a quote-unquote negative signal to the algorithm. However, simultaneously, I'm improving two other metrics that you don't see. Again, I'm getting a better bounce rate, so fewer people are bouncing from the page, and then more people are converting. So in this example, I hurt quote-unquote one metric, my click-through rate, but I improved my bounce rate and I improved my conversion rate. So I have a net gain here of 1, so to speak, because 2 metrics improved, 1 went down, and therefore overall I'm getting better results. This is always kind of the thing you always want to be thinking about. Curiosity is a good thing, and you do want to get high click-through rates, but you don't want curiosity for curiosity's sake. You want qualified curiosity, and curiosity versus qualified curiosity are two very, very different things. And even though I always preach, you know, high click-through rates are a very good thing, I'm not going to just sacrifice the quality of an entire campaign just to get a high click-through rates. At the end of the day, I want people who click on the ad, I want them to be very, very qualified individuals before they ever make it to my opt-in page or sales page. So hopefully this makes sense, and that moving forward, you're going to keep in mind these invisible metrics. I can assure you, as you do, you will actually see better performance from your ads, right? It's not just about getting as many clicks as possible. It's about getting as many quality clicks as possible. So always keep that in mind. And if you found this video helpful and you'd like to see if there's a way that you can work with me and my team, head on over to alvaroberrios.com/FBhelp. There, you're going to fill out a brief form so I can learn a little bit more about you and your business. Then we're going to hop on a Zoom call and we'll have a little bit of chit chat. That way I can see what is the best solution for you, because I don't have cookie cutter solutions. I have customized solutions based upon your business's specific needs. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps push this video out to the YouTube algorithm. That way more people just like you can watch this information and benefit from it just like you have. And if you have any other topics you'd like for me to cover, definitely just let me know in the comments below. The most popular and requested topics I get, I turn into videos just like this one. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any valuable content that I put out on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it.